Let's get rolling here.
Okay, y'all. Good morning. I'm Rose from Grandma Rose's Open Pantry, and today we're going to make some meatloaf. I'm fixing to go out of town for several days, and I'm leaving Roy and Mike some food in the refrigerator. So I'm going to bring y'all along with me today and show you what I'm going to cook them and how I'm going to make it. So in here, I have 2 pounds of ground beef. Well, 1 pound of ground venison, 1 pound of ground beef. I don't like the flavor of just ground venison. Now, I do love the steak, the cube steak, but I always, it's a little strong for me, so I usually mix like a pound of each, pound of ground beef, pound of venison, okay? So this is a half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper. Now, you can use all ground beef, or you can use bison, you can use whatever, you can use ground turkey, whatever you want to use is fine. All right? This is a half a teaspoon. Now, I'm putting a half a teaspoon of everything. Garlic powder, onion powder, okay? I've got 1 cup of onion that I've cut right here, that I've diced up really well. And I do put my onions in my meatloaf raw because it cooks in the oven for like 35, 40 minutes. Now, this is that pepper. This is 1/4 cup of ketchup, sugar-free ketchup. And I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of tomato sauce in it. And then I may add more, I'm not sure. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And I'll have the recipe in the description box. Now, this is a delicious meatloaf. Okay, that's 3 tablespoons. And this is regular breadcrumbs, but if you're gluten-free, use gluten-free breadcrumbs. I just did not have any this morning, and I didn't have crackers that I could grind up. And but get gluten-free breadcrumbs if you're gluten-free. So I'm going to put 2/3, this is a 1/3 cup measure, cups of breadcrumbs in there, and they're plain breadcrumbs. If you want to take this in the Italian side, you can use Italian breadcrumbs with basil, oregano, Italian seasonings, whatever, and it's good that way too. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to put in here, and I'm just going, I may have to add a little bit more. I can tell by the consistency of it when I get it all mashed up. Okay. I can tell by the way it feels. But I just mix everything together.
Are you talking about whether or not you've got enough breadcrumbs?
Whether or not I've got enough sauce, now I know my seasonings are right, but whether I've got enough breadcrumbs or whether I've got enough sauce.
Okay.
So, and I am going to put a, Roy wanted me to do this barbecue. But I've not done one for y'all with my, you still want me to do it barbecue, honey?
Do it either way you want. Just do it the way you want.
It feels good. Feels real good. See how it's sticking together? And that's what you want. When you slice it, you want it to be real firm. Okay. I think I'm going to add a little bit more. That's like a 1/4 more cup of breadcrumbs to it. It still feels a little loose. Okay. It's beginning to feel right now. I'm gonna smell of it. Okay. I'm gonna put a little bit more That's about a 1/4 cup more of tomato sauce in it. When I get back off my trip, I'll do one for y'all, a barbecue one. Oh yeah.
Now just exactly what did you smell of it for?
I can tell the seasonings.
Okay.
And I can just tell if it smells right.
Okay.
Like garlic, onion, I can just tell. All right, see, that's perfect. That's just right. All right, so that was a 1/2 cup of tomato sauce, a 1/4 cup of ketchup, sugar-free, and 3/4 cups of my breadcrumbs. Okay, I'll have to adjust my recipe because I jotted it down a few minutes ago. All right, so I'm just going to put this. Now, if you've got a meatloaf pan, use it. A meatloaf pan is a loaf pan that's got a little guard or a little thing under it, so as your meatloaf cooks, your meatloaf is not sitting in grease. It is up above it. All the grease drains down under that little guard thing that's in there. So if you've got one, if you've got a meatloaf pan, use it. I just don't have one. Okay. You want to pack it real good because you want it tight. I've got my oven set on 350. Now about 10 minutes, I'm going to cook this for 40 minutes. But about at 30 minutes, I'm going to put a sauce over it. And just before that 30 minutes is up, I'll come back and show you how I'm going to make that sauce. Spread it over it, and we're going to put it back in the oven for like 10 minutes. All right. This is our meatloaf. Right there. All right, when I start to make the sauce, I'll be back. I'm going to slide this in the oven, and then we'll be back in a minute. All right, y'all. My meatloaf has 3 minutes, so I'm going to make my sauce that I'm going to put over it. So in here, I'm going to put, this is garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Y'all know I love spices. 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Now, if you want to, you can dice really, 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 really fine onions and put in here, but I'm just using the onion powder today. And in this is, let me see, I've got, there is a 1/4 cup of, oh, there's a little knot in that, a little lump in that onion powder, but I got it out. This is like a tablespoon of ketchup and a 1/4 cup of tomato sauce. Now I'm going to put another 1/4 cup of tomato sauce in here. And I'll have all this in the description box. And I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons of ketchup, because you want this to be sweet. This is a sweet sauce that goes over the top.
But it's no sugar added.
Oh, it's no sugar, right. Now, and this is no sugar barbecue sauce, and I'm going to put about, because Roy wanted a little barbecue in it, that's about probably 2 good tablespoons, maybe 3. It's just going to give it a little kick, but it's not hot barbecue sauce. And
that's her barbecue sauce mix.
It's my barbecue, my homemade, yeah. All right. I forgot to get my stevia out. Let me see if it's sweet enough. Not quite sweet enough. Hold on just a minute, baby. If you don't like your sweet, do not put this in it. But this is brown swerve that I use. But we like ours kind of sweet. So, I'll taste of it again. And I think I need a little bit more garlic. Oh, I know what I've left out. My Worcestershire. All right. Let me taste of it though, see if it's sweet enough. That was like a 1/4 more teaspoon of garlic.
Now, when we talk about putting deliciousness back into healthy food,
That's good.
this is what Rose is talking about. How do you season? She's going to do a whole series on making your own seasonings and what kind of seasonings you need to learn to use to make food really delicious. But she hadn't done it yet, but she's planning to. But this is where it's at. You have to experiment with seasonings and learn what your family likes. Then they will eat food without sugar and without a bunch of carbohydrates.
Okay, that was 2 tablespoons of my brown sugar swerve. And I know what I'm missing, my Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons. Y'all, I've got an ulcer in the top of my mouth, and this sauce is burning it. Woo. All right, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire. Stir that up really well. The sweetness is perfect. So I'm fixing to take my meatloaf out. And we're gonna put the sauce over it. Y'all look at that. Perfect, because you have very, very little grease in there. All right, I'm gonna put this sauce, I'm gonna put it all, because we like a lot of sauce. And that was about 1.5 cups of sauce. Because this is a little measuring cup, so. All right. Now, I'm gonna put this back in the oven for 10 more minutes, and it's gonna be ready. So I'll be back and I'll show you what it's gonna look like. Okay, y'all, my meatloaf is ready, and Roy is here to taste of it with me, and it is, I think I want to go on this side. We love meatloaf.
Did you get your picture already?
I did.
Okay.
Love meatloaf. Now the first piece, y'all know, is always hard to get out. But look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Mine.
But see how it holds together? Wow. Y'all. That is so, this is going to be so delicious. Here, baby, you take that forward. You eat on that end. I'm going to eat on this end.
After you, darling. It looks hot to me.
It is hot, but still.
Better your tongue than mine.
Y'all. Promise said she's behind the camera. She's been with me since yesterday. She said, Grandma, I don't know that I've ever had meatloaf. I said, it's a glorified hamburger kind. So, is it that good?
Your sauce is really.
That is delicious.
Right?
Y'all.
It
Promise.
really tastes like a good hamburger to me.
Okay.
A little mustard added to that, and I have a
That's
hamburger.
right. Thank y'all for joining me this morning in making this delicious meatloaf. This is one you've got to try. Please share this video, subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell. Food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. Put deliciousness back in healthy food.
Ooh. Ooh.